Wojak's parking pilgrimage. The afternoon sun was still bright over the city, casting long shadows from the palm trees. For Arthur, my friend, the plan was simple: a quick trip to the grocery store. He needed just a few essentials. The perfect start to a relaxed afternoon. He pulled into the vast parking lot, the familiar hum of his car a comforting sound. A mild breeze, carrying the faint scent of the ocean, drifted through his open window. He even had his reusable bags ready on the passenger seat. Everything felt perfectly aligned for an easy errand. Then, he started driving. The lot was a sprawling sea of cars, a kaleidoscope of metal and glass, stretching out further than his eye could comfortably scan. He saw the usual clusters of vehicles around the entrance, bumper to bumper. He started his slow, deliberate circuit. One row. Nothing. Another. A car was pulling out. A glimmer of hope. He flicked on his blinker, waited patiently, only to watch a tiny, zippy car dart into the spot from the opposite direction. A small, Wojakian sigh escaped him. He continued his quest, his gaze darting, scanning, hoping for even a glimpse of an empty space. Honestly, the unique frustration of the modern parking lot. It's truly astounding. It's like a bizarre, silent game of musical chairs, where the music never quite stops, and the chairs are always just out of reach. My friend, Arthur, found himself trapped in this particular purgatory, slowly spiraling through rows of parked vehicles. Each turn, each fleeting moment of hope, was met with the same grim reality: no vacancy. He passed the same overflowing carts abandoned near light poles, the same confused drivers waiting in vain. His peaceful afternoon plan was slowly, meticulously being dismantled by the sheer, overwhelming lack of available pavement. He thought, is this efficiency? Is this urban planning? Or is this just me, endlessly circling, feeling increasingly bewildered by the sheer volume of humanity condensed into this concrete labyrinth? And the answer, of course, was that it was mostly the latter. It was baffling. A very specific, very parking-related baffling. The joy of a simple grocery run was steadily eroding under the relentless sun. He drove past the entrance for the 5th time. The small knot of tension in his chest had tightened considerably. His grip on the steering wheel was a little firmer. He could feel the minutes slipping away, the afternoon he had envisioned now dissolving into a futile search. He considered giving up, but the thought of leaving empty-handed felt like a capitulation to the chaos. He knew what he needed inside. He just couldn't get there. Then, almost imperceptibly, a small space appeared. It was far, far away, tucked away at the very edge of the lot, almost outside the painted lines. It was next to a tree with branches that looked suspiciously low, but it was undoubtedly, definitively, an empty spot. A wave of profound, disproportionate relief washed over him. It wasn't the ideal spot, not by a long shot. It was a pilgrimage in itself to reach it. But it was there. He maneuvered his car in, parked, and switched off the engine. The sudden silence in the car was striking, broken only by the distant hum of other vehicles and the faint whisper of the breeze. The tension that had coiled in his shoulders for the past 15 minutes completely unspooled. He sat for a moment, letting out a long, slow breath. The relief wasn't about the grocery trip itself, but about the simple, profound act of stopping the search. The battle was over. The quest had ended. He stepped out of the car, feeling the warmth of the afternoon sun on his face, the air still carrying that faint ocean scent. The long walk to the store felt less like a chore and more like a gentle stroll, a peaceful decompression. The frustration of the endless circles was gone, replaced by a quiet sense of accomplishment, a small victory over the mundane chaos of modern life. He had found his spot, and with it, a newfound calm. And as Arthur, my now quietly contented friend, finished his shopping and eventually settled back into the quiet of his apartment that evening, the memory of the parking ordeal faded into a profound, well-deserved rest. He didn't dream of endless loops or elusive spaces. He dreamed of quiet acceptance, and the blissful feeling of finding peace in the simple act of letting go of frustration. Sleep now, and may your dreams be refreshingly free of crowded parking lots, and full of the quiet joy of finding your perfect, peaceful spot.